Hello, I'm Dougie Robinson. For the last 10 years, I've been running a blog, Dougie's Wargaming blog, which has been covering sort of my wargaming interests, what I enjoy painting. Over the last couple of months, I've been watching quite a few videos on YouTube, things like Von Ketteringham, and I've decided that I'd give it a go. What my primary objective is in this video is to just basically introduce myself and also to do a quick run through of what my wargaming interests are. Going from the wee small stuff up to 28mm, 6mm, World War II, primarily Eastern Front. I use Iron Cross by Great Escape Games. Progressing further up the history chain, 6mm modern, Iran-Iraq War. For those, I use another Great Escape Game system, 7 Days to the River Rhine, which is a Cold War system with some slight adaptations in. 10mm, I have a large Falklands War setup. And for those people who've read me blog and who are regulars on the blog will know that the Falklands are quite a big interest of mine, but obviously more of that later. 20mm Bush Wars, so we're looking at Rhodesia, South Africa into Angola. I use a very nice system called Fireteam Modern by a guy called Rory Crabb. That's available on Wargames Vault. Thoroughly recommend anyone who has an interest in platoon level wargaming post-war to check them out. They're really, really good. Can't recommend them enough. Bit of a strange one in 20mm, Winter of 79, which is basically a what-if scenario if the UK had descended into anarchy and chaos in 1979. Again, platoon level, platoon skirmish level. Biggest collection I've probably got in 20mm is a Falklands setup. I'm currently working on that at the moment with the 40th anniversary coming up later this year. I want to ideally get that finished, perhaps go to a few shows later on in the year. Also modern period in 20mm, Afghanistan, Iraq. Going up to 28mm from Dark Ages Vikings using Saga and Songs of Blades and Heroes, through to Samurai 28mm. Test of Honor, I find that's quite a good system. Napoleonic, I'm not a big Napoleonic wargamer, certainly not the big battles don't really float me boat. However, skirmish wise, sharp practice I quite enjoy. There's an adaptation of Songs of Blades and Heroes called Songs of Drums and Shakos, which is a lower level skirmish system, so I have some British and French individually based figures for that. Wild West in 28mm, using Great Escape Games Dead Man's Hand, and also the adaptation for Gangsters, the Chicago Way. I have a little system for that. Then going up really to World War II. Again, late war is the main interest, and I have a completed late war German platoon and some assorted armour. Progressing through it then, modern wise, I've got Modern African Rebels, Afghanistan in 28mm, very small setup for counterinsurgency war in Northern Ireland. Some Chechens for the war in Chechnya, and last but by not least, a bit of a strange one for me, 20mm Zombies, and that about rounds it up really. I'm conscious I don't want to keep the video going for too long, so after I've finished speaking, there'll be I'll put some images of some of the stuff that I've been painting recently. Okay, thanks very much. Right folks, this is what I've been painting recently. Over the last probably couple of years, I've been collecting the Empress Miniatures Vietnam range, sculptors, the great Mr. Hicks. They're just really, really nice figures. These are the first 8 I've done up. They're the American Marines, based on a series of really classic photos from the fighting in Hue during the Tet Offensive of 1968. So what we've initially got, this is a M60 team. Sculpting's just absolutely phenomenal, really, really nice. Positioning's always excellent. Attention to detail is brilliant. You probably can't see but a lot of the figures have a dog tag attached to the lacing on the guy's boots. This was a thing that was quite a common practice during the period. Even got that on. So this is a squad leader type figure. You've seen the M60 team. Grenadier with the M79 grenade launcher. Pack of Marlboros in the helmet band. The figures are extremely accurate. I've done quite a lot of research on this period and they're very, very accurate. Weapon, equipment, cut of uniforms, all really, really good. Basin wise, unusually for Vietnam, I've done these to cut in with the Hue scenario. So I've done them sort of slightly urban with some brick and basically mud bases, which have turned out okay. But I'll be doing a bigger sort of video on Paul Hicks's figures, the Empress Vietnam range. Absolutely brilliant, so nice. So that's what I've been doing for probably the last few days. Next video will be up in due course. Thanks for watching.